All right, check it out, man. This is part 2. It's Esau the White Man. Pretty much, no, he's not. This is one of the verses they use right here in Genesis chapter 25. And the elder shall serve the younger. We know Esau was born first and came out red. They didn't say he came out white. They described King David as being red. We know King David ain't white, right? And being more specific, King David actually ruled over the kingdom of Edom, which cancels out how they could say the white man serves and fulfills this verse, because King David ruled over Edom. And we're gonna see this right now. Now we gonna find this out in the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 17, right? And David got him a name in return from smitten of the Syrians in the valley of the salt, being 18,000 men. And he put garrisons in Edom, throughout all Edom. He put garrisons. And all they of Edom became David's servants. What? So counted as saying that last verse, that the elder shall serve the younger, proves that the white man is ruling over us, verifying his identity as Esau, which is not true, because we can see right here that has been counseled out through here, because we actually ruled over Esau. All right, now we see Zepho, right? Zepho in particular is going to be in remembrance. We're going to be looking in the book of Jasher, and we're going to prove how they end up being mixed in with the Gentiles, with the whites. But they were actually living the same time. White people been around. They didn't come through Esau. They was already here before Esau, right? Remember Amalek? These the first ones to attack, right? But look at Esau, who he's marrying. He's marrying children of Ham, which are black as well, right? Even though you take the identity from the father. Now you might say, "Oh, I thought the white Esau was a Gentile." Some people say Esau is a Gentile, which is confusion. White people are Gentiles. This is how they're Gentiles, right? The sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, Tiras. And the sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz, and Rephath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan: Elash, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. Now, a couple names we're going to pay attention to right here are the Ashkenaz and Kittim, right? We're going to dive into this more. Ashkenaz are the so-called Jewish people, right? Come from Japheth, not from Shem. All right, so remember, Zepho comes from Esau, right? And we're going to look into the land of Kittim. We all know Amalek and all these other, right? We're going to continue on, though. So we just explained how Zepho is a Shemite because he comes from Esau. Esau comes from Isaac, right? Isaac had a brother named Ishmael. Abraham was their daddy, right? So they all from Shem. All of them from Shem. And then you got Kittim. They're the Gentiles, which Genesis 25 just explained how they Gentiles. Ashkenaz, Jewish, right, are not in the line of Shem. Ashkenaz didn't come from Abraham. They came from Japheth, right? Javan, Kittim. That's where Greece and all them people end up coming from in the Middle East and all that little area. We gonna get right into it though. Let's break it down. Now, real quick, you look up Ashkenazi Jew, and this is what you find. They come from Japheth, right? That's in their name. Now, saying Esau is the white man, you gotta prove it, right? Just because he came out red, that doesn't mean that he's white, like they described with leprosy, white skin, and King David as being red as well. On top of that, Esau had kids with Hamite children of Canaan, and children of Ishmael. Now, Ishmael mixed in already with the Gentiles, the white people, already. So yeah, man, this is we just gotta call it for what it is. They all end up mixing in with the Gentiles. Let's not get it confused. That's how they say Esau is the white man. Our remember Zepho under that family tree? That's the son of Esau. Now Esau lined himself up with Shittim. If you don't know where Shittim is, I'm gonna put it on the map in the next clip, right? Just so we all know where we at. Zepho end up ruling over Shittim. Shittim is in the Middle East, right? Next to the Arabian side versus the European side. They all Gentiles though, right? But we're gonna show you exactly where Shittim is, so we can just have a better picture of what's going on here, right? Now you got all these other nations fighting against Israel. They fighting against Egypt. Zepho, he was looking like us, but Esau has so much hatred for his brother. Way back in the day, from when Nimrod got killed by Esau, like Esau sold his birthright to Jacob because he thought that Nimrod and them was gonna kill him, right? So we got the Ashkenaz, Yapith, Greece. These is all Gentiles. The northern kingdom. They said you would be invaded by the northern kingdom, right? Now, pay attention. They had a confederacy and they turned on Esau. The white people turned on Esau, kept him captive. Look at the Philistines. That's where the Phoenicians come from and the Palestinian people come from. Now, some of you might notice the city of Tyre. This is the Phoenician age of the Canaanite civilization. Way back in the day, city of Tyre, you might notice that from Psalms, right? This is who Esau had a confederacy with to make us not be a nation and other nations as well. All right, so we right here. Y'all see it, man. Y'all see Shittim right here with Greece, Athens, Turkey, all that. The thing about the Turkish people is they come from the Scythian people were actually white people that migrated to this area. They migrated from the north, and they was also already in Asia, mummified. They actually got a mummy called Amalek. He had 6 fingers and 6 toes, blonde, red-haired, red eyes. Look up the Tamarind Bayesian, right? I'm gonna show y'all the Tamarind Bayesian, and y'all could do some more research on that, and all that type of stuff. Now, in the Tamarind Bayesian, you find these white mummies, right? And they have manuscripts of this king named Amalek. He was redhead, white skin, and they comb their heads up and stuff like that. And they had like witch hatches on, just like the pilgrims that came in America. They had the same outfits as the pilgrims, same outfits as the you-know-who's. But they had a man named Amalek, and he had 6 fingers and 6 toes, and he killed all the children off that didn't have that, right? Was Amalek connected to the Amalek from the Bible? All right, we in Obadiah 1, chapter 18. This is exactly where we are. If you want to know exactly where we are, this is why it's important to know who's who and where we are in the prophecy. Because this is where we are. Not that Esau is ruling over us. No, not that we still need to rule over Esau. That is not what we need to do. King David already did that. So look. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau, for the Lord hath said of it. Now, the next scripture is going to show you that Esau never got destroyed. He's just under subjugation. All right, so right here, this is Joshua 90, right? Verse 2, and Abanias, king of Shittim, went forth in that year. That is the 31st year of his reign, and a great force with him, and the mighty men of children of Shittim, and he went to Seir to fight against the children of Esau. Now hold up. Zepho was a son of Esau. Remember under the tree I showed y'all? Zepho was teaming up with Shittim in the first place. He was trying to get everybody to fight Israel. He tried to get the Egyptians to fight against Israel, to jump Israel. But the Egyptians didn't trust it because they're like, hold on, ain't y'all brothers of, you know what I'm saying, of Edom? So I don't really want to get into that. So they try to make us fight them, and all type of stuff happened, man. That's why it came back up on Esau's children, right? Because what they did, right? Look. And the hand of Shittim prevailed over the children of Esau, and the children of Shittim slew of the children of Esau 2,000 men, and all the children of Esau fled before them, and the children of Shittim pursued them, and they reached the king of Edom, who was running before them, and caught him alive and brought him to Abanias, the king of Shittim. Let's keep going. So technically you could say the descendants of Esau are white, but Esau was not white. Sorry. Esau was not white, but his descendants are definitely mixed in with the white people, but they're still black descendants from Esau. It didn't say they died out right here. And the children of Shittim continued their pursuit of Edom, and they smote a great slaughter of Edom and became subject to the children of Shittim. And the children of Shittim ruled over Edom, and Edom became under the hand of the children of Shittim, and it became one kingdom from that day. And from that time they could no more lift up their heads, and their kingdom became one with the children of Shittim. Right? It didn't say all of Esau got destroyed. Shittim, the white people from Greece, the Gentiles from Japheth, right? But there's still children of Esau out there, man. And we just need to understand where we are in this time so we don't be looking at the wrong stuff. Now, this is confirmed in the book of Obadiah, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border, the men that were at peace with thee, and have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding with them. Shall not I say that day? Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O T-man, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau be cut off by slaughter. What? Now who are the children of Esau? They're the Ishmaelites, the Greece people and Greek people, the Ashkenazis. They are Asian people from Genghis Khan. Yes, that's why the prime minister from Israel said that about Jesus Christ and Genghis Khan on the quotes, man. That's why he said that, because that's they peoples. They all from the same people. Look up the Tarim Bayesian. You're going to see what I'm talking about. These Arab people are the same people. The Muslim religion comes from over there. Asia. Genghis Khan. The Muslim. Yeah. For real, bruh. So look. This is where we are. There's still Esau out there. So that's just where we are in the Bible. We need to know where we're at, so we need to know what to do, man. Hallelujah. All praise to the Father.